Hey guys, welcome back to this Pop channel. For this week's deck profile, we're gonna play with this leader. And okay, so it's baby. Okay, let's get the ring out. Okay, and the reason why it's because, as you know, Dropbox 3 leaders are coming, and then in the Dropbox 3 there is the not Margin Vegeta, it's the baby Vegeta leader that is coming. And what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna get used to this deck, get used to the baby mechanics, play around with the card, and play with the theme of the card, and hopefully when the new card comes out, all I need to do is to just change the leader and it works. Seems that it's gonna work that way, and it took me like a couple plays before I get used to the mechanics, and recently the deck has been working pretty well. So I'm pretty excited to show you, and of course this is a deck that you could bring it to the next step when the other cards comes out, especially when the promo Vegeta leader comes out. Alright, so without further ado, let's go and take a look at the deck. Alright, so let's talk about the leader card. On the Unawakened side, the leader is super generic. So he is one of those leaders that when you attack a leader's card, you draw one card. When you have 4 less, you flip it over and you untap 2 energy. On his awakened side, that's when you have to be careful, because it does 2 things, right? The first time is when this card attacks, you draw a card, and you choose then you choose one of your battle card and one of your opponent's battle card. Both gets minus 10k for the duration of the turn, not the battle, the turn. Alright, so it gets a permanent over for the entire turn, a minus 10k. This is important to how we structure the deck, and I'm gonna explain why. So take note that you get to draw the card regardless, but if you don't choose one of your battle card, you can't choose your opponent's battle card. So if there is no battle card in your battle area, you cannot get the second part of the auto. You cannot take off the second part of the auto. So you kind of have to minus 10k from your own card, then you get to minus 10k of your opponent's battle card. There's 2 ways to utilize this. One is to take out their blockers, and the other way I will tell you some of the spice of the deck. Alright, let's do this. So generically, oh, I forgot to put float on top, just a second. Alright. Okay, so Scientist Fool, we play 2 copies of Scientist Fool, we play 3 copies of Zeno, and as you know, then it will be 4 copies of this intensifying power Trunks, and then we play 4 copies of Chain Attack. The reason why is this, it's because when you get into a very disadvantageous position, that's when you want to kick off the Zeno, reset the game board state, and reset your hands, especially if you get Cell Chain and things like that. That's when you want to do it, or your opponent sets up his grade A board. That's when you want to do it. Alright, so there was a question that goes around in the Facebook forum, and a guy asked, which turn do you want to run Cell Chain, not Cell Chain, Zeno, to Chain Attack Zeno? The answer is actually when you need it. So you don't want to run off like on turn 2 or turn 3 safely. No, that's not the case. It's when you need it, when you are on a disadvantaged position, that's when you want to run Cell Chain. Alright, so when you're low in hand size, your opponent has a massive hand size, or your opponent has a board that you cannot deal with, that's when Zeno comes in, reset the entire thing. Alright, so let's talk about the spices of the deck. Yep. So as you can see, we are trying to keep it as baby themed as possible. So the first card, of course, one of the best card, and the reason why you want to play with the baby deck is this: Revenge Death Bolt. Activate battle. If your leader card, it's a red baby. Boom, he is. Red baby, alright? It gains 10,000 for the duration of the turn of the battle. That's okay. But the second part is when everything is so great. Then choose up to one of your opponent's battle card and it loses 15k for the duration of the turn. So if you read this and you go, oh, it's really alright, it's actually good because it's a 25k boost You are not wrong. But Revenge Death Ball does something. Anything that you see over here when it comes to baby mechanics, when you have a minus power going on, it is not on top of combo. It is actually the base power. And what is good over here is that it is activate battle. So this is not activate attack or counter attack or counter play or something. It is activate battle. That means it comes to a situation. There can be situations, and it happens twice to me, right? That the opponent actually combos his whole hands. And his base power, it's actually a 15k, and he thought that he can win. All I did is, during my turn to combo, tap 1 and pop off that creature. So he can combo up to 80k, 100k, it doesn't matter. It doesn't count the combo, it goes into the base power. Remove the card from the duration, just pops the card away. So if you're swinging with a Trunks, if you're swinging with a Vegeta, or you're swinging with him, that is anything that's 15. That also means that if you have 2 of this in your hands, you could pop off a 30k, just like that. It's gone. Alright, so your opponent can combo 40, 50, and this is a activate battle. It does not even count as a combo. It is not a negate, it is not a deflect, it's not counterplay. This is activate battle. So when your opponent feels very, very confident to go for the game with a 30k triple striker or something like that, right? All you have to do, tap 2, pull off 2 of this, bam, it's gone. Alright, so he can combo his hands, it doesn't matter. You have 2 of this, you take off a 30k, you have 1 of this, a 50k is gone. Alright? Okay guys, third recording, I hope you excuse my grumpiness. Sorry for the cut again, because my laptop already kind of hanged twice, and the previous recording I did all the way to the end, and I realized that the audio was not recorded. So sorry for the grumpiness. Let's get this going. Alright, so we left off with this card. So Baby Vengeance Unleashed. Choose one of your battle card and place it under this card. If your leader card is a red Machine Mutant, which he is, choose up to 1 baby with energy 4 or less with the same character name as the card that you place under this card from your deck, and place it on top of this card, then shuffle your card. Oh, what gibberish. What are they trying to talk about? So basically, the character, this is the Saiyan Strength Baby, right? So Saiyan Strength Baby is a Vegeta GT. It is also a baby. So it has, so the cards that you put underneath Baby Vengeance, you could put any card, of course, but what you want to do is you want to put Vegeta GT, and there are 8 cards for that. You place under this card, or you can even put a baby card underneath it, so it can be either baby Vegeta GT, so you can bring this card out and put on top of it. So let's talk about the options that we have. We have 2 daily trainings Vegeta, so when you play this card, draw a card for 2. So he is basically there to thin out your deck, and also at the same time be a evolved Union Absorb target for your baby. Never put this card on the field unless you want to Union Absorb it. For one, cause he is so easy to pop, and some of my opponent had always asked me why I always play it as the way that I do, but I will show you how I would play it. Alright, so the other Union Absorb target is this, the Digging Deep Vegeta. So for 3 energy, which is for 1 red, also once per turn, when this card attacks, you may choose up to 2 cards from your life, add it to your hands. If you choose to do that, so 1 or more cards into your hand, switch this card to active mode, and it gains 5k for the duration of the turn. So what you want to do then is this. This is one of the best cards that you can have on turn 3 when you're ready to awaken, and you're not awakened, right? So it's turn 3, so you want to have this card, or turn 4 if you can survive that long. Good luck to you. So at turn 3, and if you have 6, 5 or 6 or 5 life, what you want to do is tap all your 3 energies, play him, swing with him, then take 1 or 2, right? Just bring yourself down to 4 with his ability. So he stands up immediately and he becomes 20k. So this is the first hit, and this is a 20k hitter. So he hits for 20k and he restands, because if you choose to do that effect. So we are at 4 energy now. So let your opponent choose what he wants to do. Most probably he will take it because this guy has no critical. So at a 20k, your opponent should be taking it because he should be at 10k or 15k. Whether you want to waste card, that doesn't matter, because we want to do what we want to do. So the next one that you want to do is untap and untap the 2 energy that you get back. So because you are at 4, you untap the 2 energy, so now you have 2 energy that is untapped for the turn. Swing with him again. So you go for the second round, 20k second time. And then, regardless of what your opponent does, it doesn't matter to you. Now, this is something that you have to do. If there is a blocker, swing with him and remove that blocker on the field, because you can choose him to minus 10k, because he has already swung twice. He is not going to be swinging again. So swing with him, minus the 10k off the blocker, and pop the blocker out. Alright? And then what you want to do is play him on the field for 1 energy, absorb him into it, search for him. What is this guy? This is Saiyan Strength Baby. So when you play this card, he is a double striker, 20k double striker. When you play this card, if your leader card is a red machine mutant, draw a card and then choose one of your opponent's battle card, and it loses 20k for the duration of a turn. So if your opponent has something that's 20k and a blocker, swing with him, pop the blocker, play him, absorb this guy under him, bring this guy out, draw a card, and pop the other 20k. So you could clear board basically in just one move. Alright, then swing with him and go for the double strike 20k. That's what you want to do in this scenario, and you have 1 energy left for you to defend yourself. That's not a lot, but at turn 3, because you have just 3 energy without Super Saiyan 3, that's pretty doable. Alright, so that is the spice of the game. If you take a look at this card, this is the one that you always want to keep it in your hands. Never play him as energy, because he can absorb this guy to bring this guy out. He can absorb this guy to bring him out. He can also absorb him to bring him out. And so you could swing 1 time with him, play him again, absorb him into him, minus 20k, draw 1 card, bring another of this 20k out, and swing again. So, and he can absorb himself. So that's not what you want to do, but he can do it. So if you have 2 babies in your hands and you are not seeing all this, and you want to do some crazy shit, so play him again, and absorb him into him, and bring this guy out. So this is something that you can do. Alright, so another spice that we are playing is this guy. So your opponent, your leader card minus 10k. So if your leader card is a machine mutant, choose one of your opponent's battle card with 15k or less power and switch to active mode, and then it gains 10k for the duration of the turn. So you could use your leader to minus 10k from one of your opponent's battle card, which is 25k, reducing him to 15k, and then play for 3 energy, baby subdue, absorb, bring him back to active mode, take him over, he becomes a 20k. And if that card has a when this card attacks ability, you could trigger it, and then you get the effect from it. The worst thing for your opponent is if that card is very threatening, your opponent has to spend resources in the next round taking out what it is essentially his own card. If not, he's gonna be killed by his own card, and that would be pretty fine. So that's that, and we played 3 copies of Burst Attack Son Gohan. This is such a great card, and for 3 energy he is a critical, and then if you have 4 or less cards in your hands when this card attacks, you get to draw 2 cards. Alright, so when you are in a position that is very bad, especially if you're playing Chain Attack Xeno, well, this is something that you should have in your hands so that you can get the 2 cards draw. Especially with 5, it should be pretty easy, because with 5 all you have to do is play 3 energy, play him, swing, and that's it. Alright? So this is the deck profile, and as said, when the new baby Vegeta comes out, it is gonna be such better deck, and hopefully I will be able to implement some World Martial Art Tournament cards into it and make it even better. So I really have a lot of fun with this deck. I hope you too. And you know, Dragon Ball Super to me, it's about playing the way that I want to, and playing the characters that I like, and win the way that I want to. And again, I have said this in the process, I got used to losing a lot, but this deck, it's really fun. I'm having so much fun with this deck. I hope you too. So this is the end of the video. Comment, subscribe, and see you guys next time. And hopefully there's nothing wrong with this recording. Alright, ciao, bye.